Before you hire that online business manager, virtual assistant, or whatever, you may need someone like me. So before I begin, my name is Adriana. I'm a business process consultant, and businesses hire me to streamline and document their operations to scale. And in simple terms, that pretty much just means that I help get businesses organized so that way they can hire or whatever they plan to do later on inside their business. So with that being said, a lot of people don't realize they need one of us until they are actually in these situations where they actually need improvement, not someone actually doing things for them. And normally when they catch that they need us or they finally find someone like me, there's so much, I don't want to say damage, but there's so much that needs to be done, and it results in these high invoices. And of course, smaller businesses tend to not be able to pay those type of things because the amount of work that comes into it. So it just starts like this chain of like, oh my God, what do I do? Blah, blah, blah. So this is where my company comes in. So I try to help stop that or like teach these things so that way you're not getting stuck into these situations. And I'm about to go over some of them and things to do. So first off is being, I call it trapped in the middle. So like you may have like a successful business. You may be doing well. You may already have a team. You may be planning to expand. You may be planning to scale, whatever that looks like. But people still see you as the common person. They still come to you for advice. They still need you. You're bringing in new people. They're still coming to you, whatever that looks like. So you're just stuck in the middle and you want to get out of it so you can actually enjoy the freedom. So that normally tells someone like me that, okay, so like we need to look at like the type of process that you have for like when it comes to hiring, like there's some kind of disconnect there. So we know to look for that. So like if you are currently in that situation, normally I have people go back to what I call the org design, like making sure that you've actually built your business to get you out of it, because we all have an exit plan. And if you don't have an exit plan, we tend to trap ourselves in the middle of that. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. The next thing is hiring different professionals to do things for you. So it may look like hiring someone to do like systems or things like that within your business. And then when they leave, you're not able to move forward. So that tells me, okay, this person needs to come out with they never like took the time out to really map out their processes so they can do things on their own. Because whenever you get software and things like that, that only enhances what you already came up with. So like if you just came up with something as you hired somebody, it's not going to really work out that well because this should have been done prior to hiring them. You usually hire them to like, okay, I want this, this, and this, and they fine tune it, and there you go, and you keep going, not having to stop and like try to look for something else and things like that. So another sign that you may need someone for process improvement. Not the last thing. Another thing is with documentation. So like standard operating procedures, things like that. It kind of goes to the first thing I mentioned. Like you may have SOPs and all that stuff, but people don't know what to do next. So it's like they're still coming to you, or other employees or your contractors are relying on other contractors or employees to tell them what to do and things like that. So of course that's like a fine thing. Like, okay, yeah, we need to fix your SOPs, your documentation there. And also too, the last thing is when you rebrand or like you pivot in business, like you decide you don't want to do anything anymore. And a lot of times when people pivot or they rebrand, they still kind of stick to like what used to work for them in that old realm. So like I used to run a virtual assistant agency, and then I switched over to what I do now, the consulting and technical writing work. And when I did the pivot, I still kind of like held on to like my old audience, and like I was trying to do the new stuff with them when I should have evolved like everything, like create new processes, like figure out who I need to target, things like that. And that kind of slowed things down in the very beginning. Like even though I was getting work and I was getting this stuff, it wasn't where I should have been had I done like the whole thing, the whole shebang. So overall, the whole point of this, a lot of times, the main point of this is if you feel like you're stuck someplace, you're pretty much getting to like the new, what is it called? The new step in business. I forgot like the term they use in marketing, but like if you're reaching a new level, there we go. If you're about to reach a new level in business, or you want to rebrand, repivot, whatever the case may be, this is when someone like me comes in. And if you're still watching this, I do have resources, templates. Those are free right there on the website. Just download and go. You don't have to opt in. And I also have more paid things that you can also purchase as well to help you with your documentation, getting used to processing and getting things streamlined. So if you want any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below or visit the websites yourself and get that done. And that's all I got.